Michael O'Neill strikes for Hibs against Kilmarnock at Rugby Park to try to halt a disappointing run of results, but despite Hibs going 2-0 up, we hear the latest score at Rugby Park is now 3-2 Kilmarnock. There's that late Kilmarnock goal from John Henry, which has given them victory, it appears, against Hibs, not quite over there, having been 2-0 down. Ayr United, Brian Bilsland's goal then has given Ayr victory against Montrose at Links Park. Montrose rooted to the bottom of the table. Ross County have ended with a flourish against Cowdenbeath at Victoria Park. 2 from Brian.
Here's Mark Reilly, he's done such good spoiling work to trouble Hibs in that midfield area. That's Mitchell's cross. Good header on there by Henry. Well, he does steal into these goal-scoring positions superbly from midfield, Henry.
John Henry out of luck in that particular incident, but he was a key man as this dramatic game unfolded. A tremendous turnaround this was, because in the first half Hibs took the lead in 22 minutes through Michael O'Neill after very slack defending. Then Kilmarnock took the game over and ran it until half-time, until they were caught out badly by Keith Wright's header from Michael O'Neill's cross in 41 minutes. So 2-0 at half-time, very flattering to Hibs, but in the second half they seemed to be coping very well indeed until the 57th minute. Then Jim Leighton brought up a magnificent save from Ali Mitchell, but from the resultant corner kick, Steve Maskrey headed Kilmarnock back in the match. Then on the hour, Darren Dodds, ordered off early this season against Celtic, ordered off again after a clash with Paul Wright, who was lucky in my view to escape any kind of discipline from the referee. That set Kilmarnock up. In 64 minutes, Paul Wright brought the house down with a magnificent 25-yarder, and then the battle of the end continued, and Kilmarnock got the win, and I think they deserved right at the end when Colin McKee, the substitute, raced to the byline, pulled the ball back, and that man John Henry stroked home the winner. Kilmarnock 3, Hibernian 2.
Jock, looking at the pictures here, Alec Miller had some harsh words, I think, to say to Darren Dodds as he went off. Incredibly sent off for the same thing twice within a month.
Well, that's right, and that did change the whole game around, because Hibs did look comfortable. They lost a bad goal from the corner kick, but still looked capable of holding out quite comfortably until that act of folly by Darren Dodds. But in fairness to him, Paul Wright threw a left-hander at him first before he responded, and I think Wright was very lucky indeed.
OK, you can judge for yourselves by watching Sports Scene Match of the Day tonight. Well, in our Match of the Day, an amazing game at Rugby Park. Hibs were 2-0 up, but Kilmarnock won by 3-2. Tonight on your Big Value Sports Scene Match of the Day, 6 games and 16 goals from the Scottish Premier Division, the Tennant Scottish Cup and the English Premiership. We'll try and squeeze in a bit of Big Value Derek Johnston as well. This afternoon they were playing our song. After the big screen build-up, we were treated to a small screen classic. Hibs keeper Jim Leighton took on a starring role as Hibs tried to get their show back on the road. Hibs have crashed out of title contention in spectacular style. Alec Miller's team headed for Rugby Park today with a recent record of 7 defeats in 10 games. The old firm have disappeared into the distance. Hibs' opponents today a Kilmarnock side which looks likely to feature in the end-of-season relegation dogfight. Commentary from Jock Brown.
Kilmarnock are without Mark Skilling, Robert Connor and Tom Brown through injury, but Derek Anderson returns to partner Neil Whitworth in central defence after suspension. With Skilling and Connor out, the central midfield pairing is John Henry and Mark Reilly, with Ali Mitchell and Gary Holt on the flanks, and Steve Maskrey and Paul Wright up front. Hibs welcome back Darren Dodds after suspension, but Gordon Hunter is out, as is Pat McGinley, ordered off on Monday night against Aberdeen. So Chris Jackson returns to a key midfield role beside Darren Jackson and Michael O'Neill, trying to provide quality service for the front two of Kevin Harper, who is 20 on Monday, and Keith Wright. Paul Wright is Kilmarnock's record signing at £340,000 from St Johnstone, where he's originally signed by Alec Totten from Hibs after spells with Aberdeen and Queen's Park Rangers. He scored 7 times this season. Andy Millen left Kilmarnock in somewhat acrimonious circumstances last March to join Hibs in the deal which took Billy Finlay to Rugby Park. Like Paul Wright, he has the extra edge created by playing against a former club. And a very experienced referee this afternoon, Mr. Jerry Evans from Bishopbriggs. So a very big match for both sides. A cup rehearsal obviously also for the third round in 2 weeks' time, but more importantly this afternoon, question of sorting out very inconsistent runs. Kilmarnock winning only twice in 9 matches, and on the other hand, Hibs losing 7 of the last 10. So they were in third position for a long time, Hibs, but now that position is very much under threat. They were very anxious to get back in the rails quickly after that 2-1 defeat in midweek against Aberdeen. And they have it on the corner right at the start of the match. Derek Anderson's clearance. Replacing young Jim Loughlin in the central defensive position beside Neil Whitworth Anderson. But the usual situation over there is Michael O'Neill on the corner kicks. Stephen Tweed making a run inside the area. And no problem created there. And the near post header was by Gus MacPherson, the Kilmarnock captain. Right, now they're looking on, wondering what kind of performance his players will produce this afternoon. And now O'Neill enjoying the chance here to play in a more central midfield role. Needs play there by McAllister. Here's Darren Jackson. Reasonable chance there for Jackson. The frustration is obvious. That was a very good opportunity created by Kevin McAllister, sleight of foot, and very good cross. The first time effort pulled across goal. Still, Hibs have a corner kick. Tweed's header. Almost sneaking past Lekovic. Well, the big keeper appeared to see that very late indeed. Certainly relief there for Kilmarnock. McAllister's deep corner headed down by Tweed. Turned towards goal there by Darren Dodds. Maskrey's been allowed to turn. Here's Mark Reilly. And now Black. Back it comes to Gary Holt. MacPherson wins that neatly from O'Neill for Mitchell. Chance no doubt there for Kilmarnock. Danger not cleared decisively at all by Hibs. It all started on a very good right wing cross, which caused problems again for Hibs' defence. Look at this taken first time. It was too far out for Leighton to come for the ball, and Gary Holt and John Henry battling hard there for possession inside the area. Leighton there could have been in trouble as John Henry tried to beat him with a lob from outside the area. Very poor pass back that for Leighton. Had no option but to try to fly kick that away, and Henry was very aware of the possibility. Headed on there by Harper. It took a bang in the back of the head from Whitworth. The referee, a lot of attention for the little Hibs striker. Really done very well indeed with some of these high balls, getting little flicks on against much taller defenders. Well, we'll see how this damage was inflicted on Kevin Harper, clashing there with Whitworth. Harper continues, and Tortolano has this free kick for Hibs. Tweed up there, Keith Wright also. This is Michael O'Neill. The opening goal for Hibs. Dreadful Kilmarnock defending, but good opportunism shown there by O'Neill. Well, that almost appeared to happen in slow motion. The orthodox free kick sent in there by Tortolano. Tweed caused the problem, so did Keith Wright. But look at this, it allowed to bounce on the 6-yard line and set up for O'Neill. Well, this doesn't look any better, I'm sure, for Alec Totter, the Kilmarnock manager. Tweed did well. Keith Wright in isolation there. And then Tom Black lost his bearings completely. And that exposed Lekovic. Well, Alec Totter and Tidal, I think, will be very disappointed and perhaps even angry about that goal. Holt to Maskrey. Now Reilly. Holt's found space. So is John Henry. Away by Keith Wright, back inside his own penalty box. Much better play by Kilmarnock at the edge of the area. Reilly and Holt combining very effectively indeed. Here's Holt once again. Headed away by Millen for the corner. A very spirited response this from Kilmarnock, and when Mark Reilly came inside you can see the blonde figure of Gary Holt making an angle to receive that pass. John Henry looking for the near post cross. Mitchell now will take the corner. Derek Anderson's header. He was totally unchallenged. Well, inquest going on among the Hibs defenders. Derek Anderson, the big central defender, all on his own there for the corner kick. See the space he has here. No one get close to him there. It's turned away by Paul Wright in the end. Maskrey. Well tackled again by Tortolano. Here's O'Neill. Nothing available inside. He had to retain possession himself, waiting for the chance to play it wide. Dodds in trouble. He committed a free kick there. Andy Millen became involved. Gary Holt certainly the player of the wars for Kilmarnock. Dangerous play against Darren Dodds is the decision. Well, the boots were certainly flying here. Here's the initial error by Dodds. A bad bit of control. Slipped, then lashed out with his left foot against Gary Holt. Look at the contribution then by Andy Millen, who came in on top of Holt. Great volley there, first try by Mitchell. Well, the positional play of Jim Leighton, absolutely vital there. Well, this waited a long time in the air for Ali Mitchell after the aerial challenge here, the ball breaking off Stephen Tweed. That was a measured volley for the near post, but there was Leighton with his body behind the ball. Keith Wright. Jackson making space for himself superbly. This is O'Neill. Lots of his players are racing through the middle, but a cross from O'Neill. There's Keith Wright. It's his second for Hibs. That's what Kilmarnock must have been dreading. They've had so much pressure, but the counter-attack has done them again. Well, Darren Jackson did some great work there to get possession for Michael O'Neill. And then the support came through the middle and drove for Michael O'Neill's cross. He looked up there to find Keith Wright with a header. He angled one in at the post. Hibs are 2 ahead. Well, it's really good play this from Michael O'Neill, but Darren Jackson did his spade work initially, and then Keith Wright directed this header just inside the post. Dejection now for Alec Totten. Now Tom Black. Maskrey's led the line well for Kilmarnock without having many scoring chances. Here's Mark Well, who's done such good spoiling work to trouble Hibs in that midfield area. That's Mitchell's cross. Good header on there by Henry. Well, he does steal into these goal-scoring positions superbly from midfield, Henry. That's the kind of attribute which tempted Alec Totten apart with £175,000. And Leighton was relieved. Well, referee Jerry Evans is checking his watch here. It's been a very entertaining first half in many respects. It's been tough but uncompromising. We've seen some neat interpassing and some rash defending, and at the end of 45 minutes play, Hibs lead by 2-0, thanks to Michael O'Neill's excellent opportunist goal midway through the first half. After Hibs had a good start, but then Kilmarnock took over, and it was very much against the run of play when Keith Wright headed home Michael O'Neill's cross 4 minutes from the interval. I'm sure Kilmarnock will be wondering how they're 2 goals behind at this stage. Well, a very important team talk, I'm sure, for Alec Totten. He must wonder how he was unable to see his team convert so much possession into goals, but they didn't make any clear-cut chances against a resolute Hibs defence in the first half. For the second half, very important opening phase. Hibs will be determined to settle on this lead, and Kilmarnock will want to turn the game around with an early goal. Remarkable now that in 3 matches, Hibs have scored 7 times to none from Kilmarnock. 3-0, 2-0, that's the first 2 matches, and now 2-0 this afternoon. Kilmarnock looking to break their duck. That's good running there by John Henry against Stephen Tweed. First time ball in, setting up an opportunity there. Darren Dodds turns it away. Paul Wright didn't make clean contact inside the box. Well, Paul Wright signed for his goal-scoring abilities, still trying to deliver. Maskrey with Millen. Tortolano losing out to Maskrey. 3 against 3 now. On the far side is Ali Mitchell. Chance to take on Tweed. Good save by Leighton. Well, he he's done it again. The Scotland goalkeeper reducing a fingertip save at a crucial time. Well, Steve Maskrey with his star here, winning this joust with Joe Tortolano. Kept his eye on the ball, then picked out a good pass here to Harry Mitchell, who's two-footed. So he checked inside Tweed, the left foot shot. It would have tripped in, I'm sure, but for the save from Leighton. That's it now from Kilmarnock. Maskrey. The goal delayed only about 50 seconds or so, and Steve Maskrey remarkably scores his first goal of the season. Well, orthodox corner kick, Maskrey's run simply wasn't matched, and that's a powerful header which left Leighton without a chance. So, 57 minutes of the match gone. Steve Maskrey throws a lifeline to Kilmarnock. Millen's pass. Tortolano. Wright losing out to Whitworth. Here's Gus MacPherson. That's aimed for Paul Wright. Flying arms there as Dodds and Paul Wright clash. Free kick goes to Kilmarnock, and there's going to be trouble for Darren Dodds. Well, Dodds ordered off against Celtic in December. So a yellow card here for Darren Dodds. For the challenge on Paul Wright. Well, the goal for Kilmarnock coming at an opportune time. 57 minutes into the match. Oh, it's a red card. A red card for Darren Dodds. And we'll see why here. There was the initial challenge. Then an arm there and a flying left hand from Darren Dodds. Well, in that case, you could expect little else. Protesting his innocence to his manager going off, but he definitely had a swing with his hand towards Paul Wright. But in fairness, Paul Wright also a lucky man, I think, to be exempt from any punishment for his contribution to that incident. But what a difference this could make to the game. 1 hour gone. Hibs down to 10 men. Dodds ordered off the second time. Beautifully struck by Wright, but rising too quickly. Well, the free kick here set up Wright for the shot with lots of power. Not sure what was intended there, but in possession back to Kilmarnock. Here's Ali Mitchell. By Tom Black. Anderson across to Whitworth. Todd not at all pleased with the lack of urgency shown there by Whitworth. John Henry linking very well indeed with Mitchell. Inside for Wright. Terrific goal by Paul Wright. Kilmarnock equalise in the most spectacular fashion. And now they have the initiative with the extra man. Good play here involving John Henry and Ali Mitchell. Henry looked up, spotted Wright in space, one touch to tame the ball, and then that rifling shot into the far corner. Well, it really was terrific build-up play, but the finish was truly magnificent. Alec Totten doesn't look very happy when he shoots inside. He senses the prospect of victory. Michael O'Neill. Too obvious, read well by MacPherson. Maskrey. The block was made by Millen. McAllister against Reilly. O'Neill took his eye off the ball. Determined play to win it back. Strong play by Northern Ireland International. This is Keith Wright. Millen getting forward more and more. Rennick is outside him. There's Keith Wright. The near touch. The nearest of touches. Surely Hibs were in back in front. A let-off without question there for Kilmarnock, who lost Keith Wright inside the penalty box. Offside against Henry. Andy Millen miscued that, I'm sure. That's probably what caused the problem. Feed right, just had to reach that. Keeper had a let off. Here's Black. Ahead of him is Holt. Calm play by Millen. Gary Holt's pass reaches Tom Black. Maskrey now. Kilmarnock trying to make the extra man tell. McAllister checking inside Holt. Chris Jackson linking with him. Nowhere to go on the right. Has to go back. McAllister. Good running by Jackson and Rennick. Here's Chris Jackson. Darren Jackson at the far post. Invitingly across the face of goal. Well, Darren Jackson hangs his head there. He did extremely well with that head up. Chris Jackson's cross didn't look the best, in fairness, when it left him. But Darren Jackson turned it into something very dangerous indeed here. Holt forcing it forward. Here's Maskrey bringing something out of nothing there, Gary Holt. Maskrey has Holt inside. It's good to lose a play. Holt. Good block by Tweed. And then again by Leighton. Still a problem on. And it's over the top in the end for a goal kick. Maskrey missing the final chance, but Jim Leighton again pulled off a miraculous save in the midst of all that activity. Good running this by Maskrey. A pull back by Holt. That was blocked by Tweed. Holt did well again, and Reilly's shot was saved brilliantly by Jim Leighton. He made two great saves in there. The second was from Paul Wright. Whitworth's pass, helped on by MacPherson for Mitchell. Away from Tortolano. Linking with Henry again. This has been a very profitable combination, Mitchell and Henry. That's for Gary Holt. Excellent play by Kevin McAllister. Came back very well indeed to match Gary Holt's run. Mitchell's pass, a very good one indeed, but look at McAllister's determination there. Well, I suspect that Hibs will be a happier side to hear the final whistle now. Whitworth to Maskrey. That was deflected, it'll be a corner kick. Leighton couldn't prevent it. Again, it's good inventive play in the build-up, and Maskrey turning very neatly away from Millen, and that was the player who deflected it for the corner. Holt's very quick again getting to that loose ball. Good running by Gary Holt. Back to Henry. Well, hit his own player there. Well, it was Maskrey who turned that away. Came off his legs. Again, Holt doing very well indeed, seeing the space to move into, and then picking out that shot for John Henry. Maskrey turned it away. Jim Leighton in no hurry, so that suggests that Hibs will be very happy to get out of this at the point, down to 10 men. Headed away there by Stephen Tweed. We're into the final minute of the match, plus some stoppage time right enough, but Kilmarnock want this game to continue. Good tackle there by Tortolano on Maskrey. Hibs can't get out of the bit here. It's all Kilmarnock. McKee trying to outside Rennick now. The young defender did well. 19-year-old. This is Mark Reilly. Inside is Gary Holt. Can Hibs survive? Wright's pass is a good one. There's no offside. That's McKee. The winning goal for Kilmarnock. John Henry. The last kick of the ball, virtually. John Henry, who's had such a good second half, pops up for the winning goal. In the 91st minute here, Reilly's pass. Holt to Wright. This was McKee, he was onside, the pullback was excellent, and Henry was deadly.
Well, it's a great goal, West by Kilmarnock.
It really is, superbly built up. Holt to Wright, McKee going to the byline. The cut back here, so effective, and Henry had no difficulty in scoring.
Well, what a turnaround indeed it is. And now Kilmarnock want the final whistle. It's Hibs who are now trying to get forward, but surely now the cause is lost for Hibs. It certainly is. The final whistle goes. Kilmarnock have snatched the 3 points right at the end with the most remarkable second half comeback. There were 2 down at half time. Alec Totten can barely conceal his glee. Steve Maskrey put Kilmarnock back in the game in 57 minutes, and then Paul Wright got the equaliser after 64 minutes, following Darren Dodd's ordering off, and then right to the crunch there, after Paul Wright's equaliser, came the winning goal from John Henry, right on the final whistle. That's why the Kilmarnock players are smiling. It's dejection again for Hibs. Kilmarnock 3, Hibernian 2.
Alec, 2 down at half-time, you think the game was lost?
No, not at all. I said that to the players at half-time, Jock, that I felt we were a better side the first half. We were gifted 2 goals, so we keep the heads up, playing the same way we were playing, the chances would come, and that's exactly what happened. So I've nothing but praise for the players. I mean, to be 2 down and come back and win 3-2 was tremendous. And we scored a goal against Wright over 3 minutes to go last week, and scored the winner about a minute to go, so tremendous finish.
We were able to stretch them when it went down to 10 men. We pushed the 2 boys really wide and used the full width of the park, and that helped us a lot.
From your own point of view, playing at Kilmarnock, when last year you had to battle at the bottom half of the league, you're having to battle again this year, do you think that gives you some advantage over teams who are not used to that?
I think it does. You know, Motherwell are in this position and they're not used to it. But once you're there, you really need to scrap for the points, and everybody's trying to pick up points, and it's new to them. It was new to Aberdeen last year, and they just get out with the skin in their teeth.
So from your point of view today, when you have got back to level terms and you've got a point safely in the bag, is there still a big incentive to go and get the 3 points?
Yeah, especially at home. It's very important that you win your home games. We've got a terrific record here at Rugby Park, so it was important that we picked up 3 points today.
What kind of belief do the players have now that they can go on from here and progress up the league?
We've got a lot of belief. We've got a lot of good players, and we're playing sort of free-flowing football, as I was today in the second half. And we always feel as if we can score goals. That's the main thing.
Derek, Hibs have now lost 8 out of their last 11 games. They certainly look to have the points in the bag today.
It's all about inconsistency with most of the teams in the Premier Division, Rob. And the Hibs are great one week and then terrible the next 2. That's something that Alec Miller's got to look at, really.
Let's see how Hibs went 2 up, and Tom Black won't be too happy about number 1.
Oh, I don't think he'll be sending me any cards, that's for sure, Rob, because, I mean, it's just an ordinary punt into the box here, a free kick by Tortorella, looking for Big Tweed, and Tom there, I mean, he just doesn't know where he is. I mean, and really, he's punished for that mistake. He'll be the first to put up his hand for that one. He just took his eye off the ball for a second and lost everything. Always looking for the big fella up there, and he doesn't even get the last header on there, but does enough to put them off, and look, doesn't know where he is. And Michael O'Neill's is the first one in there to finish it off. That's a good goal as far as he's concerned. Second one was a good goal. I think Darren Jackson had a fine game. Gus MacPherson just caught out there, but Michael O'Neill runs 50 yards here. Just watch him, he's looking up all the time, looking for a man making a run. Eventually when he does, there's our Tom Black again there. He's actually caught ball watching a wee bit again. Keith Wright just gets behind him, and as the ball goes over his head, I mean, it's a terrific finish by Keith Wright. Plenty of men in the box, but you've got to mark the men in the box. That's the important thing there. But a lot of credit to Michael O'Neill. He's run from the halfway line. Plenty of room. Look, he keeps looking up. He's waiting for the run from somebody. Eventually he sees a man making a run. That's a great header. It's behind him as well, Keith Wright. That's what makes that goal a wee bit special.
You've seen a tape of the whole game tonight. At that point, did you think Kilmarnock looked out of it?
No, I don't think so. I think that they still tried to play football. There wasn't an awful lot of penetration in front of goal. They had a lot of the ball without doing an awful lot with it. And I'm sure Alec Totten, he said that himself there. But I always thought they would create chances, but could they take them? That's been their problem all season.
Steve Maskrey's a handy man to have around, and this was a sharp header from the corner.
Well, it is. I mean, he's the smallest man on the park, roughly there. And I mean, for Hibs to have 9 men back there in defence and for him to score that is a disaster. But for him himself, that's a terrific header. I mean, Jim Leighton's absolutely no chance. His pace gets in front of the defence, and that's a really good header. But from a defensive point of view, that's a nightmare for Alex Miller.
The sending off certainly changed the game. Alec Miller spoke to Darren Dodds as he went off, and
Yeah.
I imagine he wasn't saying hard lines.
No, he wasn't. We know nowadays if you lift your hands on the park at all, whether you make contact or not, then you're going to get sent off. I mean, it's a great ball in by Gus MacPherson there, and it's his experience there against the young lad. But Paul Wright plays his part here as well. He does lift the hands first. There's no danger of that. It's all about retaliation. Watch your left arm. When he comes up, look, he hits him, big fella reacts, and he lifts the leg. Didn't really make contact. I didn't think there was an awful lot in it, to be honest. But if you're lifting your hands, you have to go off. But I think Paul Wright should have gone off as well. He started it.
But for Dodds, when it happened a month ago, surely he shouldn't have been caught again.
You know, well, only last week he's watched Easter Road Pat McGinley being sent off for the same thing. So he's a young lad. He's only 20 years of age, but he's going to have to learn very, very quickly not to lift your hands.
Paul Wright's taken a fair bit of stick this season from the Kilmarnock fans, but his strike for the equaliser was superb.
Couldn't ask for a better strike. I mean, he scored 7 goals so far this season, and I don't think any better than that one. It was good build-up again. Kilmarnock still trying to play football. John Henry, who had an outstanding second half as well. But look at the room he gets again, Paul Wright. You don't have to give him a yard. He just looks up and sees the goalkeeper wide of his goal and fires it in there. Plenty of Hibs men back. That's a disappointing thing for me. Plenty of men back. But look at the room he's got. 3 Hibs men there. He still manages to get the strike in a goal, and Jim Leighton absolutely no chance whatsoever with that.
You've got to go something to beat Leighton these days.
Well, you have. I mean, even the winner, Hibs, would settle for a point now because of the men back. Well, look, looking for offside here, Kevin McAllister. They think that this is the man that's offside, but he's not, because look at big Stephen Tweed there in the box. He's the man that's playing him on, so there's no chance of that being offside. And as Wright slips the ball through to McKee, he's only just come on, and that's a great cut back. It's a nightmare for defenders, like the ball being cut back, because they then got to change feet. And they don't. And if it's an accurate ball, then you've no chance. It's good build-up, good patient stuff here by Kilmarnock. And the ball comes back. John Henry not marked again. Plenty of Hibs players there, but that's a great finish. And I thought in the end, thoroughly deserved victory for the second half performance.
Was Alec Totten pleased or what?
He's quite right, because he'd be disappointed. He played well in the first half, and to go in 2-0 down was a scandal, really. But they fought back well. These players showed them that they do have bottle, that's for sure.
OK, thanks a lot, Derek. The defeat for Hibs means they're now 25 points behind leaders Rangers, and just to make matters worse, Edinburgh rivals Hearts have overtaken them. Their 2-1 win against Falkirk hoisted them into 3rd place. Steve Fulton scored the winner against his former team. Rangers reopened their 8-point lead over Celtic with a 4-0 home win against Raith Rovers. Ali McCoist's 231st league goal broke Bob McPhail's long-standing record, and 2 from Gordon Jury made him top Premier scorer. At the bottom, Motherwell's miserable run continued. They lost 2-0 at home to Partick Thistle, who move out of second bottom place. Aberdeen, of course, play Celtic tomorrow. There were emotional scenes at East End Park today before Dunfermline played their first match since the death of Norrie McCarthy. And a minute's silence prior to their match against Clydebank kicking off. Norrie was a great club man, and Dunfermline won't be the same without him.